The 4-Hour Workweek by Timothy Ferriss is a transformative guide that challenges conventional wisdom about work, productivity, and lifestyle design. Published in 2007, the book has become a cornerstone for those seeking to break free from the traditional 9 to 5 grind and create a life of freedom, flexibility, and fulfillment. Ferriss, an entrepreneur and lifestyle guru, shares his personal journey and the strategies he used to escape the rat race and live life on his own terms. The book is divided into 4 main sections, each offering a wealth of insights, practical advice, and real-life examples to inspire and empower readers. Introduction: The 4-Hour Workweek Concept. The book begins with a provocative question: what if you could escape the 9 to 5, live anywhere, and join the new rich? Ferriss introduces the concept of the new rich, a group of people who prioritize lifestyle design over the accumulation of wealth for its own sake. The new rich focus on creating a life that is rich in experiences, mobility, and freedom, rather than being tied to a single location or a traditional career path. Ferriss argues that the traditional model of working hard for decades to retire and enjoy life later is outdated and inefficient. Instead, he proposes a new approach, creating a lifestyle that allows you to enjoy life now while still generating income. Ferriss shares his own story of burnout and disillusionment with the corporate world, which led him to experiment with new ways of working and living. He discovered that by optimizing his work processes, outsourcing tasks, and creating automated income streams, he could dramatically reduce the time he spent working while increasing his income and freedom. This personal transformation forms the basis of the 4-Hour Workweek philosophy. Chapter 1: Definition: Reversing the Assumptions. In the first chapter, Ferriss challenges the reader to question the assumptions that underpin the traditional work-life balance. He argues that the idea of working hard for decades to retire and enjoy life later is flawed and that there is a better way. Ferriss introduces the concept of lifestyle design, which involves creating a life that is rich in experiences, mobility, and freedom. He encourages readers to think about what they really want from life and to design their work around these goals, rather than fitting their life around work. Ferriss also introduces the concept of the 80-20th principle, which states that 80% of the results come from 20% of the effort. He argues that by focusing on the most important tasks and eliminating the rest, it is possible to achieve more in less time. This principle is a recurring theme throughout the book and forms the basis of many of Ferriss's strategies for productivity and efficiency. Chapter 2: Elimination: The Art of Doing Less. In the second chapter, Ferriss delves into the art of elimination, which involves identifying and removing the tasks and activities that consume time but add little value. He argues that most people spend their time on low-value tasks that do not contribute to their goals or happiness. By eliminating these tasks, it is possible to free up time and energy for more important activities. Ferriss introduces several strategies for elimination, including the Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20 rule, which involves focusing on the 20% of tasks that produce 80% of the results. He also advocates for the use of Parkinson's law, which states that work expands to fill the time available for its completion. By setting strict deadlines and focusing on high-value tasks, it is possible to achieve more in less time. Ferriss also discusses the importance of saying no and setting boundaries. He argues that many people take on too much because they are afraid to say no or set limits. By learning to say no and prioritizing their own needs, readers can free up time and energy for the things that matter most. Chapter 3: Automation: Creating a Machine to Do the Work. In the third chapter, Ferriss explores the concept of automation, which involves creating systems and processes that can run without constant input. He argues that by automating tasks and creating passive income streams, it is possible to dramatically reduce the time spent working while increasing income and freedom. Ferriss introduces several strategies for automation, including outsourcing tasks to virtual assistants and using technology to streamline processes. He also discusses the importance of creating automated income streams, such as online businesses or investments, that can generate income with minimal effort. Ferriss shares real-life examples of people who have successfully automated their work and created passive income streams, allowing them to travel the world, pursue their passions, and live life on their own terms. He emphasizes that automation is not about eliminating work entirely, but about creating systems that allow for greater flexibility and freedom. Chapter 4. Liberation. Freeing yourself from the office. In the fourth chapter, Ferriss focuses on the concept of liberation, which involves freeing oneself from the constraints of a traditional office environment. He argues that with the right strategies and mindset, it is possible to work from anywhere in the world and enjoy a life of travel and adventure. Ferriss introduces the concept of geo-arbitrage, which involves taking advantage of differences in cost of living and currency exchange rates to live more affordably in other countries. He also discusses the importance of negotiating remote work arrangements with employers or creating a location-independent business. Ferriss shares his own experiences of traveling the world while running his business remotely, as well as the stories of others who have done the same. He emphasizes that liberation is not just about physical location, but also about mental freedom, the ability to choose how and where to spend one's time. Chapter 5. Case Studies. Real-life examples of the 4-hour workweek. In the fifth chapter, Ferriss presents a series of case studies featuring individuals who have successfully implemented the principles of the 4-hour workweek. These stories illustrate the diverse ways in which people have applied the concepts of elimination, automation, and liberation to create lives of freedom and fulfillment. The case studies include entrepreneurs who have automated their businesses to run without them, employees who have negotiated remote work arrangements, and individuals who have created passive income streams to support their travel and adventures. Each story highlights the unique challenges and successes of implementing the 4-hour workweek philosophy, providing inspiration and practical insights for readers. Chapter 6. The Top 13 Mistakes, Common Pitfalls, and How to Avoid Them. In the sixth chapter, Ferriss addresses the most common mistakes people make when trying to implement the 4-hour workweek principles. He discusses pitfalls such as failing to delegate effectively, not setting clear goals, and becoming overwhelmed by the possibilities. Ferriss offers practical advice on how to avoid these mistakes, including the importance of setting specific, measurable goals, breaking down large tasks into smaller steps, and seeking support from mentors and peers. He emphasizes that the journey to a 4-hour workweek is not always smooth and that setbacks are a natural part of the process. Chapter 7. Filling the Void, Creating Meaning and Purpose. In the seventh chapter, Ferriss explores the importance of filling the void that can arise when one successfully reduces their work hours and increases their freedom. He argues that while the 4-hour workweek can provide more time and flexibility, it is essential to use this newfound freedom purposefully. Ferriss discusses the importance of finding meaningful activities and pursuits that align with one's values and passions. He encourages readers to explore new hobbies, volunteer, and engage in personal growth activities. He also emphasizes the importance of maintaining strong relationships and contributing to one's community. Chapter 8. The Art of Refusal, Saying No to Distractions. In the eighth chapter, Ferriss delves into the art of refusal, which involves learning to say no to distractions and non-essential tasks. He argues that many people take on too much because they are afraid to say no or set boundaries. By learning to say no and prioritizing their own needs, readers can free up time and energy for the things that matter most. Ferriss offers practical strategies for saying no, including setting clear boundaries, communicating effectively, and prioritizing high-value tasks. He also discusses the importance of delegating and outsourcing tasks to free up time and energy. Chapter 9. Income Autopilot I, Finding the Muse. In the ninth chapter, Ferriss introduces the concept of the muse, a low-maintenance business that generates passive income. He argues that by creating a muse, it is possible to achieve financial freedom and live life on one's own terms. Ferriss discusses the characteristics of a successful muse, including low startup costs, high profit margins, and the ability to run remotely. He also offers practical advice on how to identify and validate muse ideas, including market research, testing, and iteration. Chapter 10. Income Autopilot II, Testing the Muse. In the 10th chapter, Ferriss delves into the process of testing and validating a muse idea. He argues that before investing significant time and resources into a business, it is essential to test the market and gather feedback. Ferriss offers practical strategies for testing a muse idea, including creating a minimum viable product, MVP, gathering customer feedback, and iterating based on that feedback. He also discusses the importance of setting clear metrics for success and being willing to pivot or abandon an idea if it is not working. Chapter 11. Income Autopilot 3, Rollout and Management. In the 11th chapter, Ferriss focuses on the rollout and management of a successful muse. He argues that once a muse has been validated and is generating income, it is essential to optimize and automate the business to minimize the time and effort required to run it. Ferriss offers practical advice on how to streamline operations, outsource tasks, and use technology to automate processes. He also discusses the importance of setting clear goals and metrics for success and continually iterating and improving the business. Chapter 12. Disappearing Act: How to Escape the Office. In the 12th chapter, Ferriss provides a step-by-step guide to escaping the office and transitioning to a remote work arrangement. He argues that with the right strategies and mindset, it is possible to negotiate remote work with an employer or create a location-independent business. Ferriss offers practical advice on how to build a case for remote work, including highlighting the benefits to the employer, addressing potential concerns, and proposing a trial period. He also discusses the importance of setting clear boundaries and expectations and maintaining strong communication with colleagues and clients. Chapter 13. Beyond Repair: Killing Your Job. In the 13th chapter, Ferriss explores the option of killing your job by quitting and pursuing a new path. He argues that sometimes the best way to achieve freedom and fulfillment is to leave a job that is not aligned with one's values and goals. Ferriss offers practical advice on how to prepare for a job transition, including saving money, building a support network, and exploring new opportunities. He also discusses the importance of reframing the decision to quit as a positive step towards a better future rather than a failure. Chapter 14. Mini-retirements: Embracing the Mobile Lifestyle. In the 14th chapter, Ferriss introduces the concept of mini-retirements, which involve taking extended breaks from work to travel, pursue hobbies, or engage in personal growth activities. He argues that rather than waiting for retirement to enjoy life, it is possible to incorporate mini-retirements throughout one's career. Ferriss offers practical advice on how to plan and finance mini-retirements, including saving money, creating passive income streams, and negotiating flexible work arrangements. He also discusses the importance of setting clear goals and expectations for mini-retirements and being open to new experiences and adventures. Chapter 15. Filling the Void 2: Adding Life After Subtracting Work. In the 15th chapter, Ferriss revisits the concept of filling the void that can arise when one successfully reduces their work hours and increases their freedom. He argues that while the 4-hour workweek can provide more time and flexibility, it is essential to use this newfound freedom purposefully. Ferriss discusses the importance of finding meaningful activities and pursuits that align with one's values and passions. He encourages readers to explore new hobbies, volunteer, and engage in personal growth activities. He also emphasizes the importance of maintaining strong relationships and contributing to one's community. Chapter 16. The Last Chapter: An Ode to the Mobile Lifestyle. In the final chapter, Ferriss reflects on the journey of the 4-hour workweek and the transformative power of lifestyle design. He celebrates the freedom, flexibility, and fulfillment that come from breaking free from the traditional 9-to-5 grind and creating a life on one's own terms. Ferriss encourages readers to embrace the mobile lifestyle and to continue exploring new opportunities and adventures. He emphasizes that the 4-hour workweek is not a destination but a journey, a continual process of growth, learning, and adaptation. Conclusion: Embracing the 4-hour workweek philosophy. The 4-hour workweek is more than just a book. It is a manifesto for a new way of living and working. Timothy Ferriss challenges readers to question the status quo, to dream big, and to take bold action towards creating a life of freedom, flexibility, and fulfillment. Through his personal journey and the stories of others who have successfully implemented the 4-hour workweek principles, Ferriss demonstrates that it is possible to escape the rat race and live life on one's own terms. The book is a call to action, a reminder that life is too short to be spent in a cubicle, waiting for retirement to enjoy the fruits of one's labor. By embracing the principles of elimination, automation, and liberation, readers can design a life that is rich in experiences, mobility, and meaning. The 4-hour workweek is not just about working less, it is about living more, about creating a life that is aligned with one's values, passions, and dreams. In conclusion, the 4-hour workweek is a transformative guide that offers a wealth of insights, practical advice, and inspiration for those seeking to break free from the traditional work-life balance and create a life of freedom and fulfillment. Through its engaging narrative and real-life examples, the book empowers readers to take control of their lives and to design a future that is rich in experiences, mobility, and meaning. Whether you are an entrepreneur, an employee, or someone seeking a more fulfilling life, the 4-hour workweek philosophy offers a roadmap to a brighter, more liberated future.